Hello, hello, it's Annabelle Beckwith here with my contribution to the 7 stories, 7 lessons thread that has been going on. And this one's about culture. Many years ago, actually, I used to work at the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama, and there was an initiative there once where there was a choir that was for all comers. You didn't have to be a musician, you didn't even have to be a singer, which to my point was actually quite an advantage. Everybody was invited to take part in this cross-departmental choir. Of course, there were a lot of very, very gifted singers in there. In fact, to some respects, it felt like there were a lot of gifted singers, a lot of academics and professionals from the music department, and me, grade 5 piano, and a limited ability to read music. And it was, in many respects, a bit of a frightening process. I'm pretty certain that the only time I ever got the words out in the right order, in roughly the right place, was in the performance itself. However, that's not what my story is about. The learning experience of being part of that group of people had a profound effect on me. One of the things that I noticed was that from time to time we'd be practicing. When we were in the rehearsal, somebody would put up their hand, and then the conductor would note that, and then we would move on. And I asked a colleague of mine afterwards and said, what's going on there? Why do people keep putting up their hands? And she said, oh, well, that's if they've made a mistake and they know it's them, they know they've hit a duff note or they've come in too soon or something. If they know they've made the mistake, they'll put their hand up to say, sorry, yes, that was me. I know I've made that mistake. I'll not do it again. The conductor knows, therefore, that, okay, that's noted. We can just continue. Where the conductor can hear that something is going wrong, somebody's off key or whatever, and nobody puts their hand up, at that point the conductor will tap his baton on the podium and call everybody to a halt, and then just check, right, let's hear the sopranos. No, it's not you. The altos, yeah, all right, it's something over there. At that point the conductor will stop. So we're not wasting time with somebody not admitting that it's them that's made the mistake. We're only actually pausing in the rehearsal when there's a mistake that nobody recognises. And I thought to myself, that's a really, really interesting point. What happens in the corporate sector? Do we do that? Do we put up our hands and go, yes, sorry, that was me. I'm sorting it out next time. It's in hand. Or do we brush it under the carpet, pretend it hasn't happened, make moves to blame somebody else? For me, this was a really important lesson, and one that I carry through in my work with leaders and work with businesses. And this is to look for examples of leadership, of culture, of pretty much everything, really, in sectors that are well outside the business environment, and then to bring those lessons back into the workplace. Because believe you me, I'm sure I hardly need to say this actually, there are a myriad lessons in best practice in so many areas that would be really, really beneficial to businesses that currently don't really exist in the business environment. They exist somewhere else, and to find them we need to get out more, we need to go out more, we need to experience, we need to explore, and then we need to bring those things back into our own workplace.